Rob Cummins, Ambassador for Your Success. How are you today? Thank you so much for clicking on. Today, I got this from Tony Robbins, and we're going to call it New Year and True You. That's what he called it. And it's about 4 steps to turn your resolutions into results, because here we are, 10 days out from New Year, around about something like that. And who doesn't get excited, or who doesn't get maybe overexcited at times and make resolutions? Because the things about resolutions, not many people actually turn those resolutions into results. And I have to stand up and own up to being one of those people. I've done some great things in my life, but I have also set some ridiculous goals at times. Sounded like a good idea at the time, but did nothing to get there. And so that's not good. I mean, it is good if we learn the lesson from it and get a little bit more realistic and a little bit more committed. Actually, it's no good getting a little bit more committed. We've got to be totally committed. So the reason that like 95%, again, that's according to Anthony Robbins, 95% of people who set New Year's resolutions never follow through. Wow, that's an amazing statistic. I wouldn't have really thought it was going to be that drastic. And the reason they don't is they don't really understand the process of how to produce lasting results, because they never actually take the first steps. They haven't even got the first steps in place. Maybe beige-like in their heads, like not committed. And so they don't get anywhere. They never take the first steps. But this process, we're going to walk you through on how to get started and create momentum, so it will drive you to follow through. And by doing it, then you will gain clarity about where you've been. That's right. The best indicators of future behaviour is past behaviour, and there's absolutely no doubt about that. There's your history, Rob. That's what you did. This is what you said you were going to do. This is what you actually did, and there's a lot of things you said you were going to do in there that you didn't actually do. So you've got to turn that around. And the best way to do that is you've got to know where you've been, where you are now, and where you want to go. Because we've got to start with the end in mind, always. And it always also help to create a simple plan to set up the new year to be truly compelling and exciting and get you psyched right up. Something with you know why you're going to do this, what it's going to give you, what you're actually going to get out of it, who you're going to help, who you're going to add value to. And that is when you get excited and it's in alignment with your values. That is when that will drive you forward and to where you want to go, and take people with you. Like, get that snowball effect happening. So the key objectives to fulfilling 2018 is there's a lot of getting it, a lot of things to get. Got to get clear, get certain, get excited, get focused. Get focused. Then you've got to be committed and gain momentum, get momentum. And to do all that, we need to get smart. So we're on the way. We are going to look this way. And look, got to be real, got to be realistic. We've got to own ourselves, own our mistakes, own the times that we didn't measure up, own the promises we made that we didn't keep. So, first step is just like to go back, take a few minutes to review 2017. And like, you don't have to tell anybody else. This is just for you, but it's very, very important for you and I to get real, to get serious, and own our mistakes, own our shortcomings, own our lack of commitment, and learn the lessons and come out bounce into 2018 fully committed, ready to take action. But then you don't even have to wait do not wait for New Year to come. You can start now, start today and get clear. So to begin with, we've got to get absolute clarity about where we are now. Tell it like it is. As I said, fess up. Own your shit. Own your truth. Own your truth. Because awareness is, once we're aware, we can actually do something. That is when we can make progress, because we know where we are, where we didn't measure up. Wasn't committed at all to that one. So we've got to get committed. First of all, it's a good thing to look at what you loved about 2017. The good things that you did. What were some of the magic moments that you created? The times when you shone, when you stepped up and you shone. What was amazing? What was the most amazing, most extraordinary thing that you did where you surprised everybody, but you surprised yourself too? You knew that you could do it, but you did not know how, but you just went for it. You got committed, you got clear and what you wanted, and you said, yep, this is me, this is my times, my time is now. This is me, this is where I'm going to step up. I know I've been hanging back that bit, there's more to life than I've been actually contributing, and much more that I could be getting back to. Because we need love. We all need to be loved, and we've got to make progress. So that is you just make a list of all the times, the great things that you did when you surprised yourself and somebody else. Like what was some of what did you accomplish on the whole? What was the best, your brightest moment where your light shone, where you just generated so much energy and enthusiasm and commitment, and you just pushed through? Get in touch with that, because you've got to acknowledge yourself for all the amazing things that you did. And when we do look back, we've all done some amazing things, some more than others. But if it's our first time that we were really committed and we really did go for it, that's a major thing to celebrate. And we can be proud of ourselves. Got to acknowledge ourselves for that. And then, when you've made that list, and make it comprehensive, and just reward yourself, say, man, I rocked. I'm a serious contender. Go me. Yeah. And with what I learnt last year, wow, 2018, it's going to be amazing. I'm going to take that into 2018. So get all that done, and then the next thing you can do is you can get clear on some of the things from 2017 that you want to do more of even more, go even further. You're going to go to the next level in every area of your life, in your relationship, in your health, your exercise. You're going to get ripped. Oh, gee, this shirt feels tight now. Muscles, man. Ooh. Takes some getting. With my commitment to completion is going to get me there, because I know how good I'm going to feel at the end of it. So what are the things that you want to do more of? And then, when you go through all those things that you actually want to amp up and take to another level and do even more of, hold that list. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to get in there and get totally focused. And what was this like? What was the most challenging for you in this last year? What did you just hate about it? What really got you down? Because it just didn't go your way. You thought this was going to happen, or you thought you were going to do something. I thought I was going to do something, and then I didn't follow through. I didn't keep my promises. I didn't stay focused. I didn't stay committed. Write down all those things where you were challenged and you didn't come through. And then you can get really, 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 really clear and really focused on what it is that you absolutely want to stop. You don't ever want this to happen again. Those times when, oh dear, I did feel really bad when I let myself down. And I did too, I let my sons down. Oh, that felt terrible. I don't ever want to feel like that again. So write down, make your list of the things that you want to stop. You're not going to do that anymore. It's just too painful because people lose trust in you and you lose trust in yourself. I lose trust in myself when I don't come through because I know I'm capable of more. And so write all those down and then you can, when you've got that list there, write down all the lessons you learned, the things that you learned from those experiences, from the times when, you had to dig deep and you came through. And the times when you had to dig deep and you refused the challenge. It happens to all of us. You refused the challenge and you're not going to do that again. But you learnt the lesson and write down the reasons why those lessons were so valuable, what you learnt, what you're never going to tolerate from yourself again. And because mistakes, we all make mistakes. There's times when we know we should be doing better, we know we should be going harder, we know we should do A, but no, we hang back. But the main thing is to just be aware, accept it, own our mistakes and idiosyncrasies, the mistakes we made, times we, as I said, we didn't measure up, just own them. And own them, take responsibility for them, and just let them go. Again, let them go. Flush and don't look back. Learn the lesson and move on stronger now because of that. Just get certain. Once you know who you are, you need to create certainty about your capacity to take anything you can dream about and make it real. You know the story. What the brain believes can achieve. And that's a great thing for us all to tap into, to our own power and uniqueness, and know that this is our time. Yes, hey, in my case, I've got way more yesterdays than I've got tomorrows, so it's absolutely crucial. It's crucial. 2018 is an absolutely crucial year for me, and I'm going to say right now, this is going to be the best year of my life, where I become the most, where I become the man that I want to be, and I love myself completely for who I am. So, what did you learn? But we've got to do this, make it real. Write down anything in your life that once was just a thought, maybe a bit of a dream. You didn't really go for it, but you didn't think about it that much. Something that you really desire. What are some of the big things? What are some of the little things that once upon a time just seemed extremely difficult, or maybe even impossible to believe or achieve? Or, maybe you want maybe you want to get that new relationship. Maybe you want to get rid of your spouse, get a different house, whatever it is. Just know it's your part of your journey and accept it and go with it. Go with it, but hey, then you can step up and take it with you. Get certain. So once for, 2 or 3 items that you've circled, write down the steps that you went through for these times you did come through. Just look back on it and say, what did I do? What are the steps that I took for each one of those to get them to go from a dream into reality? That became your reality. You may not even have done it consciously, but it's likely something stimulated you stimulated you to want them so much that when the time came, it became like, you've got to be obsessed, and that's exactly what happened. You became obsessed about it, and then the more action you took, the more belief you had in yourself, and you knew that you were going to push through. So do that. So that's where focus comes in. Focus is pretty much the be-all and end-all for me, I'd say. And one of the hardest things for me to master. But I know very well that the great things that I did in my life, man, I was totally focused. And when you do think about it, think about that and acknowledge yourself. And if it was something really good, you're going to feel emotional, and that's just what you want to do. That's what you want, to feel emotional. Get that emotional charge in it, and then create a plan. What were the steps that you went through? What were the challenges that you just took on and burst through them? Didn't know how it was going to end, but you just went for it. And you believed in yourself and you came through. What were the steps you went through? And going back on there, this is just giving us reference points of success, which is exactly what we need for our confidence and for achieving the unachievable. But hey, it's not unachievable for us. So get excited. Now that you're clear about where you've been and you have certainty about your ability to make your goals and dreams happen, to make them real, it's time to decide where you want to go. So what is it? Select an area of your life that you would like to improve and describe what that area is like for you currently, and be specific. Is it your finances? Is it your fitness? Is it your relationships? Is it your faith? Your business? Your clients? So whatever it is for you, select that and just go back over it and say, yes, how is this now, this area of my life? And say, be specific, get really specific and honest, and say exactly what that area of your life is right now, totally specifically. Right, and then when you do that, the next step is to write down your rituals that have shaped your current conditions, and be honest. And this is that one, again, it hurts a little bit, but it's that one where the best predictor of future behaviour is past behaviour. And the fact of the matter is, nobody else may know your secrets, but you do. I know mine. I know where I let myself down. I know where I should have pushed through. I know where I didn't come through for myself. So that is what it's like when we just get honest, and then we know exactly where we are. And like if we're here and this is where we want to go, there's so many steps, and we know who we have to be to actually get there. We don't look right at the top of the mountain and say, oh, I'm only here, oh, I could never get there. No, it's a step at a time. Boom, 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 boom. And then we get there. So, next one is to write down what is your compelling vision, and be specific. Be sure to include anything that you want to do, you want to be, you want to share, you want to create, you want to have, that you want to give. And you can include financial goals, personal development goals, for sure. We're developing all the time. I know if you're watching this, you are developing all the time. But physical goals, like I've got to own up and say, gee whiz, Christmas came for me a month early. I was going really well, really fit. Well, I'm still exercising and that, but man, I've been pigging out. Like, I'm going to have to do something about that. I've got to arrest that. So, yep, there is no getting around that one. I feel uncomfortable, so I've got to go a bit harder. Get those relationship goals, contribution goals, anything that you would like to learn, to enjoy, to do, no matter how silly or or outrageous it may seem, like this is your chance to dream without limits. And hey, this is your dream, and this is not a dress rehearsal, so it's time to get serious and get in there. Go for it. It's time to enjoy life. We're here for a good time, not a long time. And so just keep going. Let's let it fall right out of you. Just keep writing. Let it all fall out. So where you want to go. Don't question anything. Just let it out of your head. Write it down. And out of your entire list of goals, circle the top 4. Do 1 year goals, 12 month goals, the 4 that you want the most. What are the top 4 goals? What are they? If you could achieve them this year, that would get you up early, and that would keep you up late and keep you excited and keep you committed and just committed to go to stick to completion, to start, maintain and finish. And then you've got to write down the rituals you do to get you to your compelling vision. What would you need to do differently each day to get what you want? What are some of the things that you need to do or don't do in order to achieve those goals? If you have got enough passion, you can get yourself to do anything. But first, you've got to be certain of what that anything is and what it might entail. That is for sure. Got to get clear so you know, yes, this is where I'm going. This is who I'm going to take with me. This is why I'm doing it, and this is when I'm going to get there, and this is how I am going to feel when I get there. And then get a bit of momentum. As Anthony Robbins says, never leave the sight of setting a goal without taking some action towards its attainment. You've got to take immediate action. He said loves taking massive action. Decide now, what is one small thing that you can do immediately towards achieving one of your top 4 goals? Like make a phone call, send an email, book a meeting, get on the internet, do some research, sign up for a seminar, run a seminar, get a coach, get a new program for you to, maybe you're going to slam Facebook. You're going to slam Facebook ads, social media to get your name out there. Going to go high, wide and handsome, no holding back, going to burn the boats. That's it. So decide now. What are you going to do? And do it. Follow through. And then when you've done that one, what is one big thing that you resolve to do immediately? It's eating that elephant. Do that hardest thing first. And everything else is easy after you've eaten the elephant. So you've got to remember that most people set New Year's goals and have no plan of direction. Oh, gee whiz, yes, it got me again. Lack of direction at times, for sure. You take no action and then you turn up again next year and, well, sometimes we can just use the same goals because we didn't really achieve much at all. I know that's not you, but when we take no action, then we don't measure up, and so if we don't take action, we don't measure up, then we haven't got those reference points of success. We haven't got that self-belief that we need to push us through, to get us to where we want to go. The more you measure, and you have to have systems, ways to test and measure what you've been doing, what you did to get there, what you had to do to get there, and what you actually achieved. And the more you measure something, the better it gets while you keep achieving it and stepping up. So you must resolve now to measure your specific progress daily. Best if you do it daily, but until you get that ritual, do it weekly. But one thing's for sure, measure your progress. Then you know where you are and where you're going and how you're going to get there and when you're going to get there. So we started with the end in mind, and we decided what we were going to do. We got clear on what we wanted. We built our certainty. We got clear on where we'd been, what we loved, what we didn't love, where we shone, where we let our light shine, where we excelled, and the places where we got challenged and we fell by the wayside. We didn't get to where we wanted to go. We didn't meet our expectations or other people's expectations at times. So we got certain about where we were, and then we got excited about where we were going to go, the things that we did, the things that we looked at, the great things that we'd done in our lives, and the success that we had measured. And with those reference points of success, we made a commitment because we had belief in ourselves, and we took action, daily action, all the time, stepping up, giving more value, and because we had all that measurement and plan and commitment in there and clarity about where we wanted to go, believed in ourselves, and our I can't even think of the right word, but our performance just like pshh. And then every time when your performance does go that way, that's exactly where your self-esteem goes to up. And then you look and you think, hey, I got here ahead of time. Imagine how that will feel. I've got time to do a bit more. I'm not going to rest on my laurels. I'm going to just put that little bit extra in this year, so to make the next year even better, so I can give more value, help more people, and love my family unconditionally, and look after them, and know that they love me. So while I'm here on earth, I'm just doing the best I can. And when you get to the end of your life, then you know you did well. You know you did well, and you feel so good about yourself. And I'm not dead yet, by the way, and so I don't know exactly how far I got, but that is where we want to go. That is where we're heading. And look, you just have a great new year. Have a great 2018. Thank you so much for checking me out. Thank you for clicking on. And again, if you know anybody who will benefit by this, feel free to share. I'd love that. And you can contact me, email robcummins1@live.com.au. You can call me on 0419 436 859. And you can like or love me on Facebook. And hey, contact me and give me some feedback. Say, yeah, Rob, that was great. Or, Rob, you could have gone a bit further there, or you went a bit too far. You got it off topic. That happens, hey, for sure. So I'm open to feedback, but I'm wishing for you 2018 just off the Richter. So go get them. Have a happy Christmas and a beautiful, beautiful 2018. Thank you so much for clicking on.